Frankie here. So, welcome to the advanced level for the Unstoppable Player Program. So, that incorporates levels 2 and 3. I'm going to explain what the difference is between the two levels in a second. Just to give you a picture of the whole pathway, level 1 is live skills training in Swansea with me, where we have an integrated approach. As much as I can, I work in all areas. It's predominantly for skills, but we incorporate game understanding, team skills, physical development, and self mastery. Now, some players are already with pro clubs, so they can't make it in to train with me every week. So that's one of the reasons why we've created the level 2 program and 3 program. Probably the main reason is that for so many players, even the best skills training in the world is not going to be enough. We've seen it time and time again. Players, whether they've developed it through honing their craft over many years or whether they've just been gifted and talented, although that's questionable whether players are actually born that way. Usually it's to do with something that they've been doing differently in the way that they've been approaching things. For so many players, yes, they'll need to get fitter. Yes, they'll need to develop their understanding of the game. But that can all be learned. For so many players, what is really holding them back is what's going on in here and how they feel about themselves in here. How they feel about the person they look at in the mirror every day. So mindset is absolutely key. I've seen it time and time again in my own experience as a player. And unfortunately for me, I had some things going for me as a player. I was relatively confident. In fact, in many contexts, I was a pretty confident player. But I had other things going on with my mindset, which I just didn't address until way after my career ended. Okay, I became a serious student of psychology, of coaching, of how to get the best out of individuals, out of teams, and I dedicated my life to it over the last 20 odd years. But thankfully for your child, it's not too late. We can give them the tools now to set them up for success on and off the pitch. And I don't say that lightly. And it's not as if I'm just making this stuff up. I've done this with, for example, Ryan Bevan, who's just signed his first ever professional contract with Swansea City. Started with us at 9 years old and is now 18. So nearly 10 years ago, I took him through the kind of tools that I'm going to be taking you through in our advanced Unstoppable Player Program, right? So Ben Morgan, playing for Bristol Rovers, Caleb Hughes with Cardiff City and Wales, Bailey Owen with Swansea. So these players are not super kids. They've all had stuff to work on, okay? But what they had was commitment. So if you were committed to learning how to get the best out of yourself through these proven tools, then it will work. I can say that with 100% certainty, okay? And when we talk about players being unstoppable, what we mean is nothing holding them back, right? So I'm going to talk about some of the things that are going to hold players back. Number one, limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs about yourself and what you're capable of and what things mean. So what does failure mean? It can either empower you or it can disempower you, okay? So next one, fear of failure. So many players are held back by a fear of failure. What if this doesn't work? Believe it or not, I would say at least the same amount of players, if not more, are held back by a fear of success. What if I do make it? What are people going to think of me? What are my friends going to think of me? I'm going to have to become a new person, right? Low self-esteem and confidence. So, like I say, the person you see in the mirror every day, do you like that person? Do you support that person? Or do you beat up on that person? Are you overly critical of that person? There are ways you can address that, proven ways you can address it, right? Are you fitting in with your teammates? Are you able to assert yourself? Are you able to establish yourself within a group and feel comfortable? regardless of whatever dynamics are going on around you within the team. That holds so many players back. Now, there's a few more, but I'm not going to go into them all. Suffice to say that, like I say, when we talk about being unstoppable, it's about getting rid of all that. So you've got nothing holding you back. And when you've got nothing holding you back, we've all had that experience where everything just flows. The game is easy. Life is easy. Life is not that complicated. But it is when we've got internal struggles holding us back. And I promise you, it's the internal struggles which are way, 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 way more important to resolve than the external struggles. Because the external struggles will resolve themselves when you resolve what's going on inside. So that doesn't mean that you're necessarily broken. We all have these struggles. The difference is that just like you can improve your ball skills through practice and developing tools to do that, you can do the same with your mindset. You can do the same with your belief. You can do the same with your confidence. But it's a massively undertrained area. And it's almost a mystical thing. Okay, oh yeah, he's more confident now. Oh yeah, he believes in himself now. And then a couple of weeks later, oh, he doesn't believe in himself anymore. So what we need to do is we need to find a way to break down and really understand it. It's like lifting up the hood on a car and really understanding the mechanics of what's going on, right? So that is what the Unstoppable Player program is about. It's giving you the tools, it's breaking down the mechanics of how to become more confident in easily assimilated steps. So, you will know what to do every day before a game, during a game, after a game, to perform at your best with confidence, in a state of flow, till basically, as I say to our players, let it all out, right? So one thing that players struggle with is the difference between learning and performing. There's a huge difference between learning and performing. Learning is about making mistakes, and it's about learning from them and adding to your toolbox, okay? Performing is about going out and often minimizing mistakes, although mistakes can still be a part of outstanding performance. But the key thing is you make mistakes for the right reasons, okay? Because you're pushing the boundaries of your potential forward, right? So that's the Unstoppable Player program at the advanced level. So we've got two levels. We've got levels 2 and 3. Like I say, some people want to access this program because they're already with a pro club, and there's a limit on what they can do working with me live, okay? So it's proven very successful. Level 2 is where you get one session with me a month on a conference call, going through the tools, okay? So it's over a 90-day period. You're going to get 3 of those calls. You're also going to get 3 videos to back up the calls, going through the content of the tools that you're going to be learning, all right? Now, on top of that, you're going to get 2 books. You're going to get my Unstoppable Player ebook, which is going to be out in April. So it's not quite finished yet, but it will be out. And the Unstoppable Player Mindset Toolkit. Now, that is finished, and that will be available to you at the start of the program. And in that mindset toolbox is all the tools that you are going to need to become unstoppable, right? So it's basically how to win the inner game before you win the outer game. So you also get a support group. What else do we get here? Yeah, you got the Facebook support group, which is very important because it allows you to ask questions, to troubleshoot, to post up accountabilities, because there will be exercises that you'll be going through. So this is a small group format. We're talking 2 to 3 families on this program, players and parents involved, right? So that's the group format at level 2. Level 3, the difference between level 2 and level 3 is it's basically one-on-one. It's me and the player and you as parents. So it's me and your family, basically. So this is what Ryan Bevan went through. This is what Caleb Hughes went through. This is what Bailey Owen's gone through, and so on. So it's very much working rather than doing it on a monthly basis with the content. You're going to get weekly content, and you're going to get weekly calls with me. Weekly calls with the player, giving the player things to be working on, and to building their confidence and their attitude and their focus and their overall mindset. And crucially, like I say, for parents of players under 18, if anything, it's just as much about working with you, because you are going to be spending more time with your child than me. Very often you're going to be the one seeing them when they get home from school, putting them to bed at night and whatever. So your opportunity to affect them is incredible. You have the opportunity to become the best coach they've ever had, right? And I want to help you with that. Now, you're already a great coach with them, I'm sure, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. I know you've got great intentions. I know you want the best for your kid, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, right? So what I want to help you with is in those moments where they need help, where they're struggling, where they're stuck, and you are so frustrated because you can't help them. I want to help you in those moments, have the tools, have the knowledge, have the insight to know where and when you can really affect them. And then sometimes when you can't affect them, then just to let go and trust the process. Okay, so those are your two options at the advanced level in a nutshell. So spaces are extremely limited. This is a very intimate program. It's all about getting results. And as you see down below, it's 100% guaranteed. So, I want more successes. I want more success stories. I want your child absolutely thriving. And I want you as a parent buzzing, because I know that's all you want. You just want them to be themselves, to go as far as they can. We don't know how far, but you just don't want them to be held back anymore. Okay? And I promise you, I've dedicated my life to this. There's nothing that your child is struggling with that I can't help them with. And I don't say that with ego. I say it with humility, because I've dedicated my life to it. Okay? I wish I had these tools when I was a player trying to make my way in the game. And I'm one of very few people who's able to help your child absolutely become unstoppable. So I'm going to look forward to speaking with you, to getting started on the program. Please be quick in booking in, because we're starting very soon. And let's get going.